Hi boys and girls, it's Andrea here coming from Mallard Creek Presbyterian Church with another yoga video. So I hope you've had a good day and done your homework and listened to your parents, and now we're going to have a little exercise and get centered, okay? So do you remember we're going to start with a crisscross legged position. Wiggle around, find a nice good spot sitting here on the floor. Sit up nice and straight, so if you're leaning forward, lean back. And where do our hands go? On our lap. Very good. All right, and we're going to take some deep breaths. And how do we breathe? We breathe in through our nose, out through the mouth. Very good. In and out. In and out. Very good. Now go ahead and close your eyes for me. And I want you to think about what you're excited about today. Think about everything you've got going on and what you're excited about. And I want you to, throughout this practice, to hold on to that hope, what you're excited about, and let that encourage you to keep moving forward. Okay. Go ahead and open your eyes and look back at me. Bring your hands here to heart center or prayer position. Very good. Bow your head down toward your hands. Very good. Come back up. Great job. And our hands go back to our lap. All right. So now you're going to stretch your legs out in front of you, and I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Very good. All right. So wiggle around, find a nice good spot. Our hands are going to come right here to the floor by our side. Sit up nice and tall. And press those heels toward the wall away from you, and press your little toes back toward your body. Very good. Feel a nice good stretch here. And now we're going to add our arms up here for what we call a Frankenstein stretch. So you've got your monster arms out in front of you. Let me hear your monster noises. Roar! Very good. And then reach your fingers as far away from you as you can, a little bit up, a little bit down. Wiggle those fingers, very good. And then let your hands drop down to your shin, maybe to your ankle, or maybe all the way to your toes here, just for a nice little stretch. Very good. Then you're going to come back up. Great job. Now let your left foot sort of loll out to the side like this. Bring that sole of your foot up to your thigh. With your left hand, grab onto your left ankle. And then lift up, nice and straight. Then maybe this hand comes to a shin, maybe an ankle, or all the way to your foot. And we're going to breathe. Very good. Then you're going to come back up straight. Now take your right hand, grab onto your left ankle, and your left hand is going to come all the way out here behind you and twist. Very good. Great job. All right, twist back normal. And release those legs, shake them out. They're a little wiggly. Now you're going to stretch that left leg out in front of you. Let the right leg loll out to the side and bring the right sole of your foot up to your thigh. Very good. Now, take your right hand, grab onto your right ankle, lift up strong through the chest, and then your left hand is going to come maybe to your shin, maybe to your ankle, or maybe all the way down there to that toe. Very good. And we're going to breathe. Very good. Then we're going to come back up nice and tall. Left hand grabs onto your right ankle. Right hand comes all the way behind you, and we twist. Very good. and turn back around and release those legs. Shake them out a little bit. Very good. All right. Now I'm going to turn back to face you, and we're going to work with our butterfly pose that we learned. So press those soles of the feet together, put them down on the floor in front of you. Grab onto your ankles with both hands. Let your knees drop down to the floor and sit up straight. Very good. And now we're going to flap our butterfly wings. Flap, 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 flap. Let me hear your butterfly noises. Very good. And then our butterfly wants to take a little rest, so it stops. And with your nice and strong arms, you're going to pull on your ankles to tilt you forward just a little bit. Very good. And then we're going to flap those wings again. It might be a little bit harder to flap right here, but do your best. If your elbows are way out here, tuck those nice in and tight to your body. Great job. Lean back to with a nice straight back. Very good. And then stretch your legs out in front of you. Great job. Now we're going to come to stand up. So lean to the side, come onto your knees, and stand all the way up. Very good. Okay. All right. So we're going to stand up nice and tall. So lean forward, lean back. Whoa! Find that nice little area of balance where you're standing up nice and tall. And your hands are going to come down by your side. Great job. And breathe. All right. Now we're going to bend our knees, bring our arms in front, lean down and come all the way up with a nice big inhale. Reach up toward the ceiling and then exhale. Let your arms float back to the floor. Inhale. Reach, 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 and exhale. Let them float back down. One more time. Inhale. Reach. Exhale. Very good. Now step your feet apart just a little bit more. This time we're going to do a waterfall when we come back down. So inhale. Come all the way up, and this time let your hands gently fall down just like a waterfall, and then your body starts to tilt down. Press your hips toward behind you all the way down until your hands touch the floor or they touch your toes, maybe they touch your legs, and then bend your knees just a little bit so that they don't get too tired. And tilt your head down toward the floor. And breathe. Very good. And now with a nice big inhale, come all the way back up. Reach, reach, reach. And we're going to waterfall down again. Nice and slow. And then we start to tilt down toward the floor. Very good, and our hands touch the floor, bend those knees a little bit, and tilt your head. Let your head just drop down toward the floor. And breathe. Very good. Then with a nice big inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale. Let your hands just float by your side. Now I want you to spread your legs as wide as you can. Tilt the camera just a little bit. So nice and wide here. Very good. All right. So as wide as you can be. Great job. Now we are going to do a windmill pose. So what I want you to do is take your hands, put them right here. You're going to find, bend back and forth a little bit, and you're going to find a little spot where you start to fold forward, okay? So take your hands, put them right in that spot, and press those hips back as you start to fold forward toward the floor. Now maybe your hands come to the floor here, but if they don't, that's okay. Just grab a chair, put it in front of you, and put your hands on it. okay? So come all the way down, bend your knees a little bit, let your head come toward the floor. Now we're gonna do our windmill. So walk over toward your right foot, grab onto that right foot, and then we're gonna come all the way up and over toward that left foot. Very good. And back to the center and breathe. Very good. Walk over to the right, grab onto that right foot. Very good. Windmill up and over, down to that left foot, and walk back to the center and breathe. Very good. Now, to come out of it, you're going to walk your toes in a little bit, walk your heels in a little bit, toes in a little bit, heels in a little bit, all the way until your feet come to meet your hands. Very good. Then you're going to come all the way back up, and arms come back down. Very good. Now, you're going to come to lie on your back, all right? So go ahead and lie down on your back, just like this. Very good. And we're going to do what's called a happy baby pose. So, doesn't mean you're a baby if you do it though, just that sometimes it looks like it. So bend your knees into your chest, take your hands, grab onto your feet here, lay your head back down, spread your feet apart, and just rock back and forth. Maybe you have a little brother or a little sister who's a baby, and you see them trying to eat their little toes. That's sort of where this comes from. So just rock back and forth, nice and slow, and breathe. Very good. And then let your hands and your feet come back down to the floor, lying flat on your back, very relaxed. And close your eyes. All right, and you stay laying down, but I'm going to sit back up so I can talk to you. All right, so we're coming into the end of our practice for our relaxation pose. So take some deep breaths for me. And I want you to imagine that your whole body is just melting into the floor. That what you're excited about is keeping you focused, but you're just melting into the floor. Nice and softly. So we're going to have a moment of silence. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Let it out slowly, and we'll be quiet. Nice and quiet. Okay, now you boys and girls stay right where you are with your eyes closed. I'm going to read you a devotion from Jesus Calling. And pretend this is Jesus saying this to you. So don't worry about tomorrow. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Tomorrow will have its own worries. Matthew 6:34. Trust me, one day at a time. I understand this can be hard to do, especially if you are hurting. That is why I have sent my Spirit to help you. My Spirit is your tutor, living inside you and teaching you to trust me. Take time to be still and learn from him. Listen for his quiet voice and his gentle advice. Trusting me is something you choose to do. When you worry about today and worry about tomorrow, those worries can crisscross in your mind. They create a web of worries that tangle up your thoughts and leave you confused. Don't get caught in that web. Trust me to take care of you today and tomorrow. Very good. All right. So boys and girls, go ahead and roll over to your side and press yourselves up into a seated position, nice and slowly. You're going to sit in a nice crisscross-legged position like we did at the beginning. Nice and straight. Our hands go to our laps. Very good. Tuck those elbows in. Great job. And now we're going to end class the same way every time by bringing our hands here to heart center. We're going to say, the light in me honors the light in you. Can you say that with me? The light in me honors the light in you. Then we bow and we say namaste. Say that with me. Namaste. Back up. Hands back down to our lap. And we're all done with our practice. Thanks so much for joining me today. Bye, everybody.